Hello and welcome to today's Dalal Street Week Ahead video. Now in today's Dalal Street Week Ahead video, we're going to be taking a look at three stocks, which is Mphasis, Tata Motors and Max Financial Services. Before that, let's take a look at what I believe will be happening in the broader market this week and what news we should watch out for. Now on the news front, it's pretty simple. There's a lot of international data like US inflations, the CPI, PPI data is coming out, China's CPI data is coming out, UK's GDP revision and jobs. But UK's data will not really affect us as it's not important. But the US data and the Chinese data will affect our whole thing. Then I think another thing which is going to come into play, US and China on the rare earth minerals talk have progressed very nicely. So that is a negative for the Indian market. Now coming for the broader market picture. Now Friday the RBI delivered a very good rate cut. They delivered a 50 BPS rate cut, and the intra-bank also CRR rate was dropped by a very good margin. Now when that was dropped, I was constantly telling my subscribers that I see only an upside of maximum 1 to 1.5% in this scenario, and that was pretty correct. As if you see Friday's move, the Nifty BANKNIFTY went between 1 to 1.2% up. Now, but when we look at the broader picture, the Nifty BANKNIFTY with such a big rate cut could not break above the box range, which they've been trading in for the whole of May. Big stocks like HDFC Bank, I had even released a video last Sunday on HDFC Bank and on Monday also, in which I had given a price target of 1995, which was just slightly above the box range resistance. Now what did happen on Friday? With such a positive, HDFC Bank basically touched 1995, went about 1 rupee above. I think the high was 1996, and then came back below the box range to 1978. So even with such a big rate cut, big stocks like HDFC Bank, OSBI, Reliance, all of them could not really perform well. The NBFC space, they did well because their rate cut will help a lot in the small loans, or let's say 10,000, 5,000 and all those. But the big banks, the big stocks did not move out of their ranges even with the rate cut. So what that signifies, at least to me, that okay, we have had a very euphoric run. This range we've been holding from 1 month can only be funded by euphoria, as otherwise technically it should have fallen a while back. So according to me, this coming week, especially with the HDFC Bank news about its CEO being accused of fraud by Leelavati Trust, we might get a bit of a push and pull, which will take us towards the downside. Now personally, I have already entered CE cells in the indexes, but I have not entered my full quantity. I want to see how the market will react for basically Monday and Tuesday, and then enter more CE cells on the same positions. So my trading plan is, the euphoria according to me will at some point time out, and it's coming very close to it timing out. So from here, on the upside for the indexes, I see a very limited upside, that let's say max they can go 0.5% up, 0.5% up more, or 0.8% roughly, after which they'll have to start cooling off. So that is my trading plan for the broader market. And now let's take a look at the specific trading plans for Tata Motors, Mphasis and Max Financial Services. Coming to Tata Motors now, Tata Motors has been in a declining phase, and when we look at the auto sector, for example, Maruti has not been doing that well, and it's largely due to a rare thing, and I've been actually surprised that Tata Motors has not broken certain levels and gone down further. Now what is my trading plan for Tata Motors? Now according to me, Tata Motors is holding steady for only one reason, which is the fact that it is right now trading above the trend catcher indicator. Now that is the only reason Tata Motors is able to hold above this. So what I am watching, that if the trend catcher indicator goes below 0, then I will expect Tata Motors to go and end up breaking below 687 rupees and go down to 650. On the other hand, between 687 rupees and 742 rupees, this is a box range that is not going to give you a clean trade on the long side or the short side. So what to do if you're an equity trader? According to your equity trader, this is not a stock you should consider. Only consider for an equity position if either it goes and holds this support or it breaks and holds this support. On the upside, if it tries to go above and touch these two, this is not the point to consider the stock, as the risk reward will not be favorable here. This is even if it breaks the box resistance of 742, it has a counter resistance at 758. So high likelihood of it having a strong up move is not that good. It needs a pullback at least to 650 according to me for it to be ready for an up move in the medium term. So near term, I expect more of a downside than an upside in Tata Motors. I personally hold CE cells in it, and I'm waiting to see how they do. The CE cells are not doing badly, then a small profit. And if we fall to 687 and break it, then they'll be go into a fantastic profit. If we just fall here and hold, then naturally decay will slowly increase the gains. But I'm looking for more downside. That's why I did not sell P cells and I only sold C cells. This is at some point I believe the range will break. Next, we'll be taking a look at Mphasis. Now, Mphasis is a stock I'm looking at as it has been trading in a problematic position like most of the IT sector. And last week they ended up losing the largest client. And so that will have an impact on the future earnings. So now how I see Mphasis between the resistance of 2595 and 2650, it's going to just be kept at this point. This says it's in a box range of 2470 to 2650. So as long as it's within this range, the one is going to get a clean move. However, if it breaks 2470, then it's got a down move to 2315 first. And by chance it breaks 2650, then it's got a down move to, an up move to 2760. So Mphasis is again a box range stock. Unless it breaks one side, you're not going to get a clean move. I am also looking at this for more of a downside move. These two are very strong resistances, and due to that, I have sold calls above both of these resistances. And if it stays within this zone, then decay will naturally give me as an option seller money. But if it breaks 2470, then I won't even have to hold it for the rest of the month, because the decay factor plus the fall will end up giving me instant good profits, and I will cash out as it will be going towards 2315. I'll basically wait for it to fall there and cash out. So my trading plan for Mphasis as the option trader between 2470 and 2650. It's a no-go zone for option buyers. Option sellers can sell the range, but I would be more comfortable like how I am already holding only CE cells, as I expect more of a downside. Equity buyer, I think it's not a stock you should consider, as medium-term perspectives are not that good. They just lost the biggest client. So how can the perspective be great for this stock? So that's it for Mphasis, and now let's take a look at Max Financial Services. Now, Max Financial Services is one of the few stocks that has been doing extremely well in the market, and according to me, it has sort of reached a resistance zone. Now, Max Financial Services, I believe between 1533 and 1480 it's entered the range, and the max upside I see right now, if it breaks 1533 is 1550, and then it will again have a stumbling block. On the other hand, if it breaks 1480, then it will have a good fall. Now, Max Financial Services, I had entered CE cells in it a few days back, basically when it made this top here. So the CE cells, I have all the, let's say when you enter option cells which are hedged, it gives you a max profit or max loss. I've already reached half the max profit in Max Financial Services. So now it is a fact of just waiting for this agony to continue. So my perspective, you're an equity buyer, this is not the point to buy Max Financial Services. Wait for it to either show some bullishness at 1480 or to fall and hold 1415. That can be a very good entry point for the medium term, not for the short term, but for the medium term. On the other hand, if you're an option buyer or seller within 1533 and 1480, you're not going to get much. If it breaks 1480, then you can get an option buying hedge short positional for 1415. Option sellers, call sells, I think are the way to go for Max. If you're want to be more risk averse, then you sell both sides. Why? Because Max Financial Services has been very strong. It's had an unbelievable positive energy. So it can end up going within this range for God knows how long. So if you sell both sides, you can make money, but I've only sold one side, as I believe if it breaks this, then you'll have a quick fall, and I don't want to be in that position at that time to be exiting those put sells in a hurry. So that's why I only entered call sells, and since I entered at the exact top, things are going to be good for them according to me. So that's it for my for the 3 stocks which I wanted to cover today. If you liked the video, then hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and also click the notification bell. Thank you.